Laura Salamendra.
That's me.
Is Steve Griffin still here?
Yep.
Great, you're next. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. My name is Laura Salamendra. I grew up in Yates County, and I now am representing Geneva. I think it's clear, well, some of us here, most of us here, see a different vision for the future of the Finger Lakes without fossil fuels, and we're trying to keep Seneca Lake free from dirty energy and our families safe from the accidents associated with it. I've heard some things tonight, and it's simply untrue that you have to burn fossil fuels when the sun goes down. So I'd like to suggest that we take some time to clear up misconceptions like this before we go further with any plans. I would like to think that if we arranged a forum like that to educate about solar, that we would see all of these friendly faces. And I'm hungry, and I know everyone's tired, so I just am going to say very quickly some of the questions I still have. It was a very limited time for questions, and I think that that's a dangerous thing to do. So even with the good economic prospects, there are some negative environmental impacts. With the construction of a new gas pipeline, we've heard a lot about the pipeline and concerns about safety and efficiency, especially considering the landscape. I think we need to spend more time talking about it. And you mentioned that about 50% of landowners who have not yet complied, and that you aren't thinking about eminent domain, but we haven't really heard what means you will use. And I think that the rights of those people to their land are as important as my right to clean air and clean water. And second, there's air pollution from producing and burning gases to run the generating turbines. So Greenwich has applied for a Title 4 and 5 permit, and the DEC has announced that it plans to issue the permit that would allow in excess of 100 tons per year sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, and carbon monoxide, and others. And these emissions would be permitted, but these permits do not take into account the harmful emissions resulting from the production of gas, which may be coming from the frack gas fields of Pennsylvania. And three, withdrawals of huge volumes of water. So they applied for a permit from the DEC to allow withdrawal up to 159,807,000 gallons per day of water from Seneca Lake. And the DEC announced that plans to approve this permit, but they have not complied with a FOIL submitted in August that asks for copies of studies that show the impact of these withdrawals on fish and other aquatic life in Seneca Lake, and that concerns me. The DEC has announced that Greenwich's application of water withdrawal permit is exempt from environmental review on the grounds that it is an existing withdrawal, but the plant hasn't been withdrawn since 2011, and the water withdrawal permitting law was not enacted in 2012, and I think this is irresponsible and is not in the public's best interest. Four, the plan plans to discharge 190 million gallons per day of toxic wastewater, but the DEC has announced that it will not prepare an environmental study impact for this permit because the issuance of the permit will have no adverse environmental impact, and I don't see how that's possible. It's because of these questions and